Unrivaled has revealed player number 35, Indiana Fever guard Katie Lou Samuelson. Samuelson, a 5-year veteran of the WNBA, has averaged 5, 9 points, and 5 rebounds per game since being selected 4th overall by the Chicago Sky in 2019. She was a prominent player at the University of Connecticut, where she averaged 16, 7 points over 4 seasons, and had a 3-point shooting percentage of 41.5%. Samuelson faced challenges during the 2024 season after sitting out of the 2023 season due to pregnancy. She recorded an average of just 3 points in 18, 2 minutes per game for Indiana, following an average of 9, 7 points in 29, 5 minutes per game with the Sparks in 2022. Nonetheless, at her peak, she is an exceptional forward who can effectively stretch the floor and contribute in various areas. Moreover, the league prioritizes player development, with all 6 head coaches, Nola Henry, Adam Harrington, DJ Sackman, Andrew Wade, Teresa Weatherspoon, and Phil Handy having significant expertise in this area. "I've been involved in women's basketball for many years," Handy stated. "However, once my team and I had the opportunity to thoroughly explore Unrivaled and understand their goals, I became really intrigued by the entire concept." Initially, the league planned to feature only 30 players, but after exceeding early financial expectations, Unrivaled incorporated additional spots. These went to Alyssa Thomas, Connecticut Sun, Steph Dolson, Washington Mystics, Jordan Canada, Atlanta Dream, Cameron Brink, Los Angeles Sparks, Ray Burrell, Los Angeles Sparks, and I believe it demonstrates the level of enthusiasm and the growth of women's sports that we were able to expand in our first year and establish these fantastic partnerships, Nafisa Collier told SB Nation. The 3-on-3 Professional Women's Basketball League, which has been announcing WNBA player participants for months, is scheduled to officially start on January the 17th in Miami, with matches occurring on Fridays, Saturdays, and Mondays for 9 weeks. Several of Samuelson's Fever teammates, including Lexie Hull and Aaliyah Boston, will take part in the league. In college, Samuelson was also teammates with Brianna Stewart and Nafisa Collier, co-founders of the league. The Caitlin Clark narrative is finally returning to its rightful place: basketball. After diverging into Time magazine accolades and her influence on the game and the WNBA as a whole, along with generating various controversial opinions, the Indiana Fever has made a concerted effort to refocus on the sport that brought her fame. It appears that CC is becoming more serious about her physicality. If you're familiar with Caitlin Clark, you recognize her logo 3s. However, increased scrutiny on her leads to more physical plays. Recall the number of fouls called against her in 2024. In a video shared by the Indiana Fever on their social media, number 22 is shown practicing various elements of her game. Commenting on this, Rachel Demita mentions in her recent YouTube video, "I observed that the coaches here are providing her, not pushing her, but giving her some physicality." That is something that many individuals have also been discussing online regarding Caitlin Clark. It appears she has already gained a bit of muscle since the conclusion of the season. This is not the first time that the Fever Guard would be utilizing the weight room, as she mentioned something similar after the Olympic break. A month away from the court provided Clark the opportunity to work out and add some muscle. However, Demita considers other potential explanations for her appearing somewhat bulkier, one of which may be that she has not ceased playing since her senior year of college, which ended in Nov 2023. Now, I am uncertain if that is due to her consistently working in the weight room or if it is because she participated in a full NBA season combined with her college and inaugural WNBA season, where she practically played around 40 minutes per game. So, I don't know if that was merely her losing weight from playing so extensively, or if she is genuinely bulking up, but she certainly looks very strong, Demita remarks. According to Sports Illustrated, Clark appears to be enhancing her ball handling, finishing in off-balance situations, mid-range shots, navigating screens, and of course, her three-point shooting. With 12 teams and 12 players, totaling 104 players in the league, or specifically 132 confirmed active players while excluding CC. Every team will need to keep an eye on her, Demita emphasizes. I believe it will be quite challenging to defend her if she perfects her finishing touch at the basket, her floater, mid-range shots, and long three-pointers that everyone knows and appreciates. The analyst concludes, an alteration in her physicality is something that has been anticipated for a long time and was an area that Clark even focused on in Iowa. Entering her senior year with the Hawkeyes was unique because suddenly all attention was directed towards Caitlin Clark. Opposing players would target her more, and the Des Moines native recognized that other players being aggressive towards her would be detrimental. Moreover, the referees would not always make the calls, necessitating a change. In a 2023 interview with Business Insider, Iowa's Associate Strength and Conditioning Coach Lindsay Alexander stated, "Clearly, she's a unique basketball player, but the reality is she's not an exceptional person in the weight room. She possesses a high skill level in basketball, but her physical development could greatly benefit from improvement." Well, with this progress underway, it appears that 2025 will be considerably different for the Fever Guard and the entire Indiana team. Caitlin Clark is undoubtedly the centerpiece, and she's just getting an enhancement in the offseason. Caitlin Clark's rivalry with Angel Reese has become one of the most talked about aspects of women's basketball in recent years. It began during their college years and has extended into the WNBA. Clark has stated that the rivalry is exaggerated and has referred to her disagreement with Reese as fabricated. "I don't understand that at all," Clark said via Time.com. "We're not best friends by any means, but we have a strong respect for one another. Yes, we have had intense competitions. However, when have I ever defended her? And when has she defended me?" The only thing that people focused on was this controversy that was truly fabricated and invented, and that has persisted ever since. Although Clark perceives it that way, Johnson expressed that he loves their rivalry. "I love it," Johnson remarked this week, first transcribed by Sports Illustrated. "They excelled in college, and then they carried it over to the WNBA, just as we did in the NBA. And now, everything that these young women have been striving for, they are about to achieve." Clark and Reese both had excellent rookie seasons in 2024. Clark earned WNBA Rookie of the Year honors and helped the Indiana Fever reach the WNBA playoffs, averaging 19, 2 points, 8 assists, and 5-7 rebounds per game. Although Reese didn't lead the Chicago Sky to the playoffs, she performed admirably, averaging 13, 6 points, and 13 rebounds per game. She aims to secure her first playoff appearance when the 2025 WNBA season begins in the spring. It will be thrilling to see these two compete against each other next year when the Fever and Sky meet. Speaking on The Joy Taylor Show, Johnson emphasized his appreciation for the energy these two young stars bring to the league. "They excelled in college, and now they've brought it to the WNBA," he stated. According to Johnson, the relationship between Clark and Reese reflects how his rivalry with Bird enhanced professional basketball, generating an undeniable excitement that fans couldn't overlook. "We transformed the NBA, and they are transforming the WNBA. He added, Clark, however, minimizes the idea of a fierce rivalry. The Iowa standout turned WNBA star believes that much of the tension surrounding her and Reese has been inflated. Reflecting on the situation, Clark informed Time.com, "We're not best friends, but we have a strong respect for one another. Yes, we've had competitions, but this controversy is fabricated." Despite her comments, fans remain fascinated by their competitive spirit, which continues to invigorate the league. Clark and Reese are not only igniting discussions, they are influencing the future of the WNBA. Their effect has led to record-breaking attendance and heightened media coverage, resulting in tangible advantages for the league and its players. Johnson underscored these improvements, pointing out advances such as private travel for teams and better salaries, all arising from their shared impact. Caitlin Clark required less than one season of professional basketball to demonstrate that her collegiate achievements would carry over into the professional arena. However, it was evident before the 2024 WNBA regular season started that her extensive fan base and following would shift from the Iowa Hawkeyes to the Indiana Fever. This highlights Clark's knack for engaging with her audience, making her not only cherished, but also a highly valuable asset to women's basketball. Former NBA player and current basketball analyst Jim Jackson outlined Clark's worth and how it surpasses that of some of her WNBA colleagues during a December 19th episode of The Jim Jackson Show. "There are certain individuals, I don't care if you're black, white, it doesn't matter, that have it, they draw something. And Caitlin is one of those," Jackson stated. "There's a reason why Steph Curry, who may not be the best player in the NBA, still attracts differently. He can be promoted in a way different from other players. And that's what I observe with Caitlin Clark. Aja Wilson is the best player in the WNBA, but Caitlin is more marketable because people tend to connect. Additionally, there is a racial aspect to it. It will always exist to some extent. But the player herself, her capabilities, how she connected with fans, how she attracted viewers to the screen. The entire WNBA profited from the increase in viewership thanks to the excitement generated by Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark." He added, "Breanna Stewart delivered a clear message to Caitlin Clark, who has recently been associated with a potential career change. During the celebratory WNBA championship parade for the New York Liberty. The Liberty claimed their first WNBA title after defeating the Minnesota Lynx 3-2 in a thrilling final game on Sunday. Trailing at halftime, they managed to extend the match into overtime, and Stewart, who has expressed her opinion in the Clark versus Angel Reese discussion, distinguished herself by playing more minutes than any other player in the fifth game. After leading her team to victory, she enjoyed the celebrations that unfolded in downtown Manhattan on Thursday. While Clark recently shared her goals, Stewart is also determined. Following an outstanding season that earned her a place on the All-WNBA first team, the 30-year-old basketball star conveyed her desire for ongoing success with the Liberty, targeting consecutive championships. During the festive events, Stewart made her goals clear. "We're not done yet, but we're gonna appreciate this," she proclaimed. Just 2 months away from the start of the new unrivaled basketball league, Stewart's competitive drive was evident as she anticipates upcoming challenges, including a potential matchup against Lynx's Nafisa Collier in the revamped league framework. Unrivaled is set to hold an off-season tournament featuring a 30-player roster, with athletes divided into 6 teams of 5. The top 4 teams will proceed to the playoffs, reports the Mirror US. Players are offered a substantial 6-figure salary to supplement their WNBA income, incentivizing them to remain and compete domestically instead of playing overseas. Numerous stars, including Stewart and Reese, are in agreement, but the league was unable to secure Indiana Fever's standout player. Reports indicate that Unrivaled was prepared to extend an offer exceeding $1 million to Clark, a salary that is roughly 1,200 times her initial rookie pay of $76,535. Nevertheless, Clark appears to be focused on getting ready for the Fever season, stating on social media through the Fever, "I feel like I'm just scratching the surface, and I feel like there's just so many areas that I want to improve in, and to continue to get in the gym and work on that every single day." Clark is eager to participate in the Annika in Florida next month, an LPGA event where she will have the opportunity to play alongside golf icon Annika Sorenstam. Her busy schedule may result in missing Unrivaled, but the excitement for golf is evident. I love golf, so the chance to participate in the Pro-Am for a tournament featuring a legend like Annika Sorenstam is incredibly exciting, she expressed. "I'm looking forward to seeing all the LPGA players on the driving range, taking part in the Women's Leadership Summit, and of course, teeing it up in the Pro-Am with Annika."